What's going on, y'all? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Alan Wake. We are here in the Cuckoo's Nest.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're
This guy is
confused.
such an
I
asshole.
would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have
We
forgotten.
can always drop the hammer again,
A
Alan.
walk and some fresh air.
I'm on board with it.
Yes, it will do you good.
Let it fly. Didn't have enough from the first
This
one.
corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now.
Guy reminds
Jack
me of
took them out
somebody.
for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Keep all the doors locked up, huh?
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
I mean,
It's
it
all
would
in
make
your
sense, but this dude is also
You've been
clearly a
making it
snake
up.
oil salesman.
Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Your words drip with your motives. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. TZ, in the memory of a dear friend and poet. That'd be Thomas Zane. Cauldron Lake Lodge, 1912.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from
I
the
ain't
dark
buying a
depths
duck.
of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with.
Awfully
After all
convenient.
your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug
do
my
it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my
Alan.
hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
Who do you remind me of?
Come on.
It's like right on the edge of my mind.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary.
Emerson.
Bro, what is a skeletal laugh? You just get done killing He-Man behind that couch.
Mister, you should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say.
Fuck.
He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Just call this video game trash. Nah, I definitely hate this guy.
Come, Alan, this way.
The Ride of the Valkyries.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
It's the old man.
Rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these
Oh, has the armor,
two
huh?
are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had a, how should I put this, a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best.
Yeah, sure. Get the fuck out of here, Walter White.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh,
I'd like to
he'd love
watch.
to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm.
And call me Thomas Zane.
Hella!
We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Give you a rat. I don't even want to know what that was.
My head.
Thomas Zane's writing an assistant.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. It was clearing up. Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, The Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
I
We
wish.
have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula, local ingredients, medicine. Clears your head right up.
The special
Makes
stuff,
you
huh?
remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom's just lost is all. Baba Yaga
Everybody
got to him
disrespecting
too,
the tweed
damn
jacket.
witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist,
You really are talking the most sane shit of the whole game so far.
In their sleep, in the darkness of the lake.
yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and raw. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt,
The squeaky hammer, dude.
disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Just pass
So
out
tired.
mid-conversation.
Built the farm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
Okay, it seems like they all took it out.
That Bob Balder threw the app through the window. Hit that a hippie chick in the back of the head.
A hippie chick.
15 stitches and a concussion.
Okay.
Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and/or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative process. Tip: be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving therapy that has been specifically tailored for you. Engagement therapy, TM, and its sister method, the flow, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. Sounds like some fucking fortune cookie scheme bullshit. Well, just look at this asshole. I'm really glad Alan Wake threw hands. Hopefully we get to do it again.
A bad dream, and you can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare because all dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic.
I know he's crazy, but
And
he's
they're
like
not even
describing
kidding.
everything
They
wrong
say
with the
it all
AAA
like
gaming
serial
industry.
killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up, and the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too, and I have to listen to them because they're not scared scared of me, and everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Okay. How are you doing, Ride of the Valkyries? She's vibing, chilling out.
Oh, hello. I've
That's
painted you.
Okay.
I
unsettling.
was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
I mean, the technique is good. I don't know about the
Well,
subject
I guess
material.
I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
You know, that's gotta be some foreshadowing. I'm sure my ass is gonna be out there tonight, given that. I got it. I know who he
wait.
reminds me of.
Why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? The typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
She reminds me of the weird pervert man from Terminator 2. The one that licks Sarah Connor's face when she's like strapped in. That's who he reminds me of. The weird like pervy psych ward guy from Terminator. She was bothering me for the past like 10 minutes trying to figure it out. The Creator's Dilemma. The engaging new book by Dr. Emil Hartman, the author of the best-selling Creative Flow, his groundbreaking techniques, engagement therapy, and the flow, explained in his own words, now available in bookstores across the country.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk. Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Yeah, so he has to be, well, we have to be in a room somewhere being forced to write some shit, and that's just like slowly coming true, and we're playing out the narrative we wrote, I guess. Here's my coffee.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Okay, so the power has been acting up. This is all gonna turn into a shit show, isn't it? Emerson is the game dev guy, right? Yes, hence the Xbox 360. What are you playing, Emerson? Night Springs. Man. You know, for all the consoles, like, design shapes, I feel like the 360 looks pretty good. The Xbox 360 might be the best looking console. It definitely looks better than the PS5. Some fucking Kaiba jacket shit. I just like yeeted this chair across the room. Yeah, what do you guys think is the best looking console ever made? Let me know. I think it might be the 360. The 360 definitely has the best controller. What are these? What are you eating here, Emerson? I can't even tell. That's our room. Locked. Whose room is this? Lane. That's the painter, right? I wish I could turn those over and see what was on them.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all
The guy's
about,
rocking out.
but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't know.
Hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from me, old little wench.
Oh,
That sounds fun.
crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah! Ah, ha, ha.
Barry in the lodge.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
So he kicked him out. He wouldn't let him see us.
It's my storm. I'm taking it. We're on a comeback tour, baby! Hammer's Way will have its say rise up in their name!
Yeah, there's something off with this asshole. He wouldn't let Barry see us. He only deals with creative people. That seems like some kind of scheme.
That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old
The
fart hit her hard.
backstage is all
If she was one
yours,
of Hartman's
Tom.
goons, she
Seize
had
your
it coming.
destiny!
I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
Yeah, that is not a toy
Come out and
squishy
face
hammer
the
anymore.
music, Birch. It's time to
I
pay
had
the
to get to
piper.
Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages.
They have a corner in the
Come
staff
on
room.
and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for it.
Oh, Godspeed, boys. Hold the line.
We were on the
Where's the office wing? I guess this.
We haven't seen punks like you before.
Hey, that's the kidnapper.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to
Yeah,
Hartman.
we know that guy.
He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
I fucking knew it, dude.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your...
Here's all the paintings.
Markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you.
That's the shit that got played on the phone.
And I don't like that guy much. And now
Played
it's all
parts of this on the phone, which is why it sounded chopped up.
No.
When the kidnapper called us to prove he had Alice.
Try, but he's not listening.
they used clips from this recording.
Deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor.
Yeah, a bunch of those lines were chopped up into the phone call.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely.
This doctor is
do my
a
very
sick
best.
fuck.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate.
Oh, you haven't seen the half of it, Alice.
Man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice,
Yeah,
what
you
she
already
was
bore
saying,
once.
made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Nah, I got a game. You didn't have to. You didn't have to tell me. I get it. Alright, got a page over here. Mott fails Hartman.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Oh, we're definitely gonna be having a conversation with the doctor if we get the chance. Either has Alice stashed away somewhere, or he's just completely full of shit and taking advantage of the situation.
Barry?
Why are you hiding behind my
time,
cutout?
Barry. Man, am I glad to see you. We
True.
need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal,
I
we
think
gotta
that's
get
the
going.
least of Rose's worries, Barry, but it's the thought that counts, right? I appreciate you rescuing my likeness from the diner. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this one here before we progress. I think it's about to turn into all kinds of fuck cluster, so we're gonna save that for the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please check out the links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you all soon with more Alan Wake. Have a good day guys, take care.